am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back.
Good morning, y'all. It is a cold day here in Central Florida. I'm not a fan. So I'm gonna make this short so I can get back in the truck because I still got more layers to get on before we throw this boat in the water. But today is Harris Chain BFL, first one of the year. I ain't really on much, but we're just gonna go fishing. I'm just gonna try not to freeze, to be honest with you. It's bad. I got 2 more layers in the back of the truck than going on before I hop in the truck. So it's gonna be a rough one. It is. But we're gonna head to the ramp, get the boat in the water, and see what we can't do today. Shoot, I wish I could wear that thing.
Trying not to step on your nice seats here because they got fresh covers on it.
It's alright.
Well, normally I wear tennis shoes, but this cold weather I do have my hiking boots. That's dinner too.
That's a magnum right there, son. I felt to bite it. I was like, I finally got a bite.
I'll take a shot.
I'd take a mess of them. Oh man, I can see a whole bunch swimming down there. I can't get them to bite.
I guess that's the silver lining on the
Yeah.
being back here is I don't see all the fish I'm missing.
There's a bunch of fish down there.
Oh, I missed it.
There you go, sir. Thank you, sir. Drag was super loose. I didn't get a good hook in him.
Your Cinco?
Ned rig.
There you go, one.
Usually I weigh these fish so I can coat mine easier. I don't think I'm gonna be cold much.
You never know. They turn on.
When they turn on, then I will gladly take the time to choose it. Oh. Woo. I get to walk across the stage. Smallest fish I've caught all week. I will take 5 of them and be happy. Well, that was it. I only managed to catch 2 bass for the first BFL of the year. My worst finish ever. Placed 101st. So yeah, off to a great start. But everyone across the whole field struggled. The weights were super low. it was a tough day. It was super cold, bluebird skies, super windy, high pressure. Like it couldn't have been worse conditions to fish in Florida, and I just couldn't figure them out. Straight up. Spent most of my day fishing offshore. In practice, I spent 50-50 shallow and deep, and really the only fish that I found that were a little bit more consistent, easier to catch, were the offshore fish. So I went and played that game. The majority of what I fished was 3 different brush piles that I found. 2 of them were old fishing tractors, and the best one was really big. It was a bunch of brush off point, and the point had a pretty significant ledge for the lake I was fishing. The top of the point was about 10-11 foot, and the bottom was about 14-15. So it didn't take long for it to make that drop. So it was, and then on the top of the ledge on the point there was a bunch of shell, and then the scattered brush all the way down the ledge. There was a lot of fish in the area. I could see them on my forward-facing sonar, so I knew they were there. I just knew I had to take the time to try and figure them out, and I didn't. The fish would kind of move up and down the point on the shell. I could see them sitting in the brush, and I threw everything. I probably had 12 rods that I threw throughout the day with all different baits, and I couldn't get a speck or a bluegill to follow it. Nothing would pay any bait attention. The one fish I caught was on a Ned rig, and I could dragging it as slow as possible. I thought I was going to do pretty good, to be honest with you, because amount of fish I could see, and then about 30-45 minutes into the day, my co-angler caught a 4-pounder, and I was like, okay, if I grind it out, fish as slow as I can get 5 fish to slip up. And then 5 hours later, I had 1, maybe 2-pounder in the boat. So I couldn't get them to bite. Couldn't figure out what they wanted, or I couldn't fish slow enough, or whatever. I just couldn't get them to bite. I couldn't catch them. So about 1, I left and went and fished close to takeoff, just to try and pass the day. And I ended up fishing a spot that I had that had some eelgrass and peppergrass and stuff around the Kissimmee grass. So I pulled up there and caught my second fish for the day. And that was it. I don't know. I hope I can do better the next BFL, because this just wasn't my day. I tried everything I knew to do, and just the water was really cold. The water for the last month has been in the mid to upper 50s, and for most of you across country, that's not cold. But I've never even seen water lower than 54 degrees. So fishing 50-degree water temps in Florida is cold. Anytime it drops below 60 degrees, it's always got my number. It's just tough. Our fish do not like cold water, and you add that to the high pressure cold front that we were fishing. It was tough across the board. I think 10 pounds for a boater, 10.5, got a check, and I think 13 or 14, just under 14 pounds, don't quote me on this, but I think 13 and 3/4 was top 10 for a boater in the BFLs in Florida. That's pitiful. Maybe it was a little higher, but I know it was 2 20-pound bags caught, 19, 18, and then it just went down really quickly. It was, over half the field didn't even have a limit, if I remember correctly. It was tough. I'm filming this recap a week after the tournament. I just needed time to reflect and try and figure out what I did wrong, what I didn't do, what I did wrong, what I did right, and I honestly don't know. there was nothing in practice that made me think that I should have been shallow. Um, and the deep fish that I was on, I mean, I could see them sitting on the bottom, and I could watch them on live scope go up and down this bar that's on this point, and nothing I could do to get them bite. So I don't know what I could have done differently. If I should have just been on some different fish or what. But what you gonna do? I'm just gonna move on. We got Lake Toho in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm gonna get out there, do some free fishing, and hopefully I can do well the rest of this year, salvage the year, and still make the regional. I think I can. But we'll see. One bad finish doesn't kill your season for making the regional, but two can be really tough. So and else I get done. Time to forget about it and move on. So we'll see you on Toto.